Hi guys, and thanks for tuning in to the Stephen Mendes channel. I picked up this lovely little Roland GAIA at the music store on a Christmas sale, and I've been playing with it, and now I'm going to create another playlist to help those users and persons who buy it. But before we go, I just thought I would give you some help in your buying decision if you're thinking about buying it. It really is a great fun keyboard to own, and the fact that many professional musicians with whole stables of synthesizers who can buy anything at any price have them, even though they're quite cheap, is a good indication that although they're inexpensive, their quality is great, and therefore they deserve a place with the professional as well as the novice. From the novice point of view, they come well equipped. You have a DVD as well as a disc with the drivers, and you have a little extra book for beginners that shows you all about analog synthesis. So it's a great little first time buy, and it has great sounds, and we're going to focus on those in another video. Actually, I've been playing with it quite a bit, and I'm not upset over it. But I have to warn you about certain things. That's the reason why we do these before you buy videos. So now for the things that are not so cool about it. One, the absence of a display makes for some rather difficult things to remember when it comes to the various functions. Most of the functions on it, like most multifunction devices that don't have a menu, involve pushing various combination of keys, holding some keys while pushing others. And although the various LEDs on the front panel give you some indication that it's not as easy to use without the menu system that many other synths have. But perhaps the worst effect of not having a menu or a display is the fact that it's pretty wasteful of your flashcards. You use flashcards to store your patches and to also store your setup as well as your phrases, because it has a phrase recorder on board. And unfortunately you can't name your files, so it means that for every flashcard you get to use only one backup, only one set of patches, 64 patches, and one set of 8 phrases. So no matter how big or small your card is, you're only going to use a fraction of it. And of course the smallest card you buy these days is 16 gigabytes. And in actual fact, this little synth is only going to use less than 2 megabytes basically, because you have the file system is just for the entire backup of everything on the synth, settings, phrases and everything. That's just over 1 megabyte, and that file, it goes on to it. And then every phrase that you do is only 1K. It's basically only 1K, so you have like 8K of phrases, and then your entire 64 bank of preset patches only takes up 57K. So you're barely scratching the surface, and all the rest of your flash is wasted. And then the disadvantage of keeping multiple flashes and having to label them is very wasteful of space on your flash card. So I think that old-time system is really perhaps the biggest disadvantage of not having a display. But other than that, so far I can't think of any other reasons why you might not want to buy it. As I said, it's easy to use, it's great fun, and whether you're using it as a MIDI controller. Oh, the one other thing that I'm going to say before I close off on this video is that it's a great disadvantage by not having the motorized faders or being able to read out what the parameter values are. Because although you can save any amount of patches with the greatest of ease, you can't really mod them, or shall we say recreate them, because you don't know what the settings were that had them originally. Unfortunately, the software is no longer available, and that used to be able to tell you the various numbers of all the various sliders so that you could reset them to how they were for any patches that you created, which would be a good starting point for making modifications to them. With this, you're really out to sea. I have no idea why Roland discontinued the software, but there are a number of other softwares around which we can review in other videos, but then they're not going to offer you the same kind of flexibility that you had with the system designer which Roland made for it. So guys, that's just about it. It's not an expensive board, and it's hard to go wrong with this one, but it does have a few limitations which you might want to consider before you buy it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.